Do not attempt to adjust your device screen. We are in control of the broadcast. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. The time has come. Please stand by for a live transmission from Halloween Daily News. That's right. It is that time once again. It is Monday night, and we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Hello, Haddonfield, and happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome to it. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this late October most hallowed gathering of witches, warlocks, ghosts, and goblins that you just found yourself in the middle of is what we like to call Michael Myers Monday Live, our celebration of all things Michael Myers Halloween franchise. So thank you for being here. I hope you'll hang out if you're new, and to everybody else, what is up, y'all? Welcome back. Happy Michael Myers Monday. You made it through another week. You made it through another Monday. Unfortunately, we're halfway through October, but that doesn't matter because Michael Myers Monday never ends. Halloween never ends around here at Halloween Daily, and all that is reason to celebrate. So what is up, you guys? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Here's to you. That's right, we are live. It is Monday, October 20th, 2025. And I think we got a fun one for you guys this evening. I got a couple new products to show and tell and give my thoughts on. We got a couple news bites to chew on. Maybe a fun flashback video or two. Maybe a new poll before we wrap things up. And of course, some shout outs. And we'll see what else we get into along the way as well. And most importantly, it's about you guys here during these live streams, the conversation in the live chat. So I'm going to turn over here. The first thing I see is Michael Myers lurking silently, of course. One of our illustrious channel members, Fall Guy, is in the house. What's up, Fall Guy? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Cranking up the guitar and lighting up his pumpkins. I love to see it. You too can be an illustrious channel member. It's only $5 a month, and you get early access to our exclusive interviews and lots more pre-recorded content. And man, we have got a stacked lineup of awesome content coming these next 2 weeks, these final days of October. insane product and unboxings and reviews are coming your way. Insane exclusive one-on-one interviews coming your way. You know what? Because it's Monday, I'm going to give you guys an exclusive and let you in on one of these exclusive one-on-one interviews that's coming. We haven't announced this anywhere yet, but over the weekend, we went up to Richmond to Nightmare Weekend, the Horror Con. We saw some friends of ours up there, including the little the little pale girl herself, Amelie McLean from, of course, Terrifier 2, and she was kind enough to sit down with us and give us a really candid, really awesome, really fun, brand new exclusive interview that we're going to be sharing with you guys in just a few days later this week, and channel members will be the first to see it. So that's just one thing you get, one killer perk with becoming a channel member. Think about that. Of course, you can also support through super chats and all that good stuff enabled as well. Barf is checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Solid Saturn in the house. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Halloween Aftermath. Yep, that's on the docket to discuss tonight. I just got done with it, as a matter of fact. Michael Myers lurking silently. The great Phil is in the house as well. David Hyam is checked in. David Sewer, awesome. I got all the Davids in the house. What's up? Raw Tear, welcome. Byron is in the house as well. Megan is checked in. Happy Michael Myers Monday. I think I got everybody so far. Awesome, guys. Good crowd of the crew checking in here tonight. Yes, Halloween Aftermath, the epic new fan film. I will be talking a little bit about that as well in our news bites here in just a few minutes. One thing I did want to remind you guys about real quick is our ongoing Triple M exclusive sale. And this is on all items currently in stock at our online store at HalloweenDailyNews.com slash shop. And we've got, that includes a lot of Myers masks from the recent trilogy and tons of collectibles and decor and other franchises as well. Here, I'll show you a little bit of what we've got in stock right now. You can get 15% off all these items right now when you use code M15. That is MMM15. MMM15. Yeah, we got some scare fresheners, vintage style wall decor, custom collectibles, all kinds of cool stuff. One more of those Allison cat masks in stock. So hit up that code. We don't advertise that sale anywhere else except for right here on Mondays for you guys. Again, the code is MMM15. Triple M15. And also, before we get into our news bites, I do want to give a shout out to Pat last week, that Halloween collector, reminding us that Aaron definitely deserves an honorable mention on our roundup of all of the characters that have worn Michael Myers' mask. Because while it wasn't in the theatrical cut of Halloween 2018, and so far we don't have any other official cut available, it was included on the DVD and Blu-ray and 4K bonus features and the deleted scene. And it really does pay homage to Psycho in a way, but Aaron absolutely wears Michael's mask in that scene as he goes to try to scare Dana after the Smith's Grove scene where they meet Michael. And I'll put a link down in the description where you can check that out. Or you can just go to HalloweenDailyNews.com and search for Halloween 2018 deleted scene, and that will come right up if you do so. All right, so how is everybody doing? We don't have a ton of breaking news this week, but some cool news nonetheless. and it is an exciting, busy time. Like I said, for us here at HDN, we were just out of town for a few days at the Richmond Con. We also went up and saw Trick or Treat at a studio at the theater for the first time on the big screen, which was awesome. Oh God, it says hope he disinfected the mask before putting it on. It must have smelled awful. Yeah. Solid Saturn says Halloween Aftermath has already become one of his favorite Halloween fan films. David Hyam watched it as well. Oh, the PCS collectible Halloween 78 opening credits pumpkin has shipped to Fall Guy. Sweet. That thing looks beautiful. Yeah. We talked about that when they unveiled that. Man, I know that's been a long time coming. Probably close to a year since pre-orders went up, right? All right. Let's Michael Myers chiming in, silently lurking, as it should be. All right, let's pull up our first news item of the week. Now, normally, at least in the past, I've done the show and tells and those type things at the top of the show. We're going to save those for the second half and get right into our first news items, which is yet more merch drops. And these are some insanely cool new merch drops from Fright Rags. Just always killing it, always delivering, and always stepping it up when it comes to Halloween, the franchise, and when it comes to Halloween, the season, uh, the month of October. These releases are insane. So just today, they dropped the Halloween Trio popcorn bucket, excuse me, and the Halloween Trio Happy Halloween T-shirt. But before we even look at those, look at these that they dropped just a few days ago. Let's start with this insanely cool Michael Myers uh, Haddonfield novel Blood is Thicker T-shirt design. I just love this design. I mean, is this not crazy cool? You know, it's done in the style of a novel. You know, now that is just one though. This one I might even I think I like even more. Haddonfield, the Halloween costume party, and this design is just so cool. You can see you're totally invited to the Halloween costume party. It's a flyer. It's for a party at the Myers house. Haddonfield's carved in the pumpkin, which is essentially the iconic pumpkin from the opening credits. Scary Movies, pumpkin carving, Bob for apples. I mean, it's almost Tommy's words, word for word almost. And then check out the masks they're all wearing. We've got a kid wearing the young Michael clown mask, a kid wearing the adult Michael white mask, and a it's like a Ben Cooper style Halloween '78 costume, basically with the poster pumpkin on the front. It looks awesome, and then somebody else doing the Bob Ghost. This is awesome, and here down on the bottom it says stalk on over to the Myers house for more info. Call Lori Strode at 555. I mean, this is just beautiful. It's so cool. And then, though, just today, like I said, that was from Halloween, and I love that Blood is Thicker um, novel cover, and I love that flyer. And then here, just today on Michael Myers Monday, they released the Halloween Trio Happy Halloween design featuring the iconic trio in a pumpkin patch, in a cornfield with a trick or treat pail and a trick or treat bag. This just looks so vintage and so cool. So all of these bringing the serious vintage vibes. Of course, the trio popcorn bucket as well. This one, I mean, let's go back to this cover. Michael carrying his Judith tombstone again. A moment that is iconically canon to the original film, and yet a moment that was never depicted in that film. We've never really seen Michael carry away that presumably heavy ass tombstone from the graveyard, but it happens. But this cover depicts that. I love it. It's called Blood is Thicker. Trying to stop Michael would be a grave mistake. I love it. It's a new Haddonfield novel. All right, so I love these designs from Fright Rags, and they're all available right now. And I'll include a link in the description. It's fright-rags.com. Here's a look at the bucket if you want to see the whole thing. The different masks, how they're depicted on it. There you go. But as awesome as all of this stuff is, Fright Rags has outdone themselves with what they are dropping on Halloween Day, on October 31st. Look at this, people. Look at what Fright Rags is giving us for Halloween this year. This insanely cool Halloween 4 action figure double pack. Michael Myers and Jamie Lloyd, officially licensed from Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Friday, October 31st at 12 p.m. Eastern. This will be a pre-order, so they're not going to be shipping right away, but oh man. Just look at this, guys. I mean, these are going to sell so fast, and I think I'm going to have to order them. Fright Rags totally killed it with their retro vintage figures. 2 waves of Halloween 78. I still never got my hands on the second wave. I haven't yet, I should say. I got that first wave with Michael and Laurie and Linda. I haven't gotten the second wave yet with Loomis, Annie, and Brackett. But now, it looks like in that same scale, that 3 3/4 inch vintage style, a Halloween 4 Michael Myers and a Jamie Lloyd. The first ever officially licensed Jamie Lloyd figure, to my knowledge. I mean, somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong and let me know when there was another one. But man, this looks awesome. Needless to say, you guys know how much I love my collectible figures in particular. And of course, we're big Jamie Lloyd fans here. So, yeah, most likely going to have to place that pre-order on October 31st for this double pack. And again, hats off, masks off, I should say, to Fright Rags. Once again, killing the game with these. Man. Now here's something. Here's something else that we want to bring to your attention. The man, the myth, the legend, the creator himself, John Carpenter, and his wife, Sandy King Carpenter, are producing a new anthology series. And what it says here is that it's going to be set in the remote wilderness of Alaska as a diverse group of characters face a chilling mix of supernatural and existential terror. The anthology series will explore the hidden fears and social anxieties of our time. And that is according to a report from the Hollywood Reporter just a few days ago as we're recording this. So John and Sandy, they are executive producing. It's a horror anthology, and what it all has in common is that it will, at least in season one, it says will take place in Alaska, and all kinds of supernatural and existential terror. It promises, exploring the anxieties of our time, fears and anxieties of our time. Well, anytime John and Sandy put their name on something, uh, it, it's gonna get attention, and they understand that. I interviewed Sandy a few years ago, and she said that they get approached to just attach their names to stuff all the time, and they don't take it lightly when they do, because they know that if they do, all eyes are going to be on that project, and on them if that project doesn't deliver. So um, that makes me excited to see this. And of course, we will keep you posted when we learn more. The series is called John Carpenter Presents. So that definitely suggests and leaves it very open that other seasons could be vastly different than what this first season is. Something very much like a American Horror Story style anthology. It sounds like. David says it would be great if John Carpenter made another Halloween movie. Hey, I mean, we're here for that. If that would be just a dream come true. I was just gonna say it would be great if he directs at least one of these episodes of this series, or at least one per season. Maybe the first episode of the season, or maybe even more than one, maybe a couple. Um, that would be amazing. I'd be there for it. Okay. One of you mentioned it in the live chat just a minute, but there's a new Halloween fan film that has been getting a lot of buzz in and around Haddonfield online. It is called Halloween Aftermath, and it is up on YouTube right now. And I watched it earlier today, and this is an epic fan film. As fan films go, this is definitely one of the most ambitious I have seen. It's over 2 hours long, first of all. So when I say epic, it is jam packed. Um, and it is just really well made and well put together. Excellent professional sound design and cinematography and camera work. Um, the acting is good, and the story. I'm not going to tell you the whole story here. You can watch it. We'll put a link down below, but the story takes place in between Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. So a very interesting and fertile playground to play in. Um, and I really think this is kind of the way forward, maybe, because uh, I know I compare this franchise to Star Wars a lot, maybe too much, but there are a lot of parallels. And the way Star Wars uses all the different media, comic books, animation, series, uh, to fill in these gaps in this giant mythology in these areas that we always knew happened, but we're never there to see. You can see it through different eyes and different mediums. I think very much this is a valid way forward for this franchise as a whole, whether it be in films or in TV series or whatever is coming, comics, whatever it might be. Find these areas like this fan film does in between events that we know about, where we know stuff was happening, and fill in some of those blanks. And if you done right, then it's going to make things like Kills and Ends even better. Having seen this added material, so this film, um, that's where it takes place, and it introduces a bunch of new characters, but has tons of Easter eggs and references to the characters and the storylines that we know and love from the original films. And like I said, it is just a very ambitious film. They got a great Michael in there. It's very violent and gory. um, Michael kind of rocks a bit of a Halloween 2 circa Rob Zombie '09 look at a certain point in the film. Mild spoiler, I guess, but yeah, it's an interesting look, and I'm interested in what everybody thinks about that choice. He doesn't keep it very long. Again, mild spoiler, sorry, but anyway, it's 2 hour 15-minute movie. That's a few seconds. But in any case, hats off to director James Grimm. He has put together, like I said, one of the most ambitious Halloween fan films I've ever seen. Writer Cole Tatham, again, these guys really put their heart and soul into it. And you can feel it. And they say that in the description of the film, they say that it took them I think 3 years working on this to make it happen. So check it out. It's called Halloween Aftermath. It's on YouTube now. And again, once we get done here, I'll add a link to that. I meant to do it before we got going here, but for now, if you've watched it, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't, do you plan to? Do you look forward to these fan films? I mean, when you talk about fan films, and I've talked about them on here on Michael Myers Monday Live before, I mean, it's definitely a mixed bag. You get all levels all the time, and I've seen some that are almost like Hollywood level feature film worthy, and this one is among those. It's definitely among the most high end I've seen, and I've seen some of you already commenting tonight that it's shooting up there to be your favorite or possibly your new favorite. Chad Francis has checked in. What's up? Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Says he'll be watching it. David Hyam loves it too. Awesome. Barf says the artwork on that figure pack is phenomenal. But yeah, I love that too. everything about it, the vintage artwork. It feels very 1984, the way it should, very much the way those 78 figures that Fright Rags released. That artwork feels very circa 78. I mean, what Fright Rags is doing. I love their t-shirts, obviously. Their apparel, that's what, they're kind of built on. But I love what they've been doing with these unique collectibles, and especially these throwback figures. And just to be able to be the first to finally give us a Jamie Lloyd. I mean, I can't believe Funko hasn't jumped on, you know, a Jamie Lloyd figure. Are you kidding? I mean, you could do so many variations too, with the clown mask on, with the clown mask off, with the clown mask in her hand, with a knife in her hand, or with scissors, bloody scissors in her hand. Like you could do so many different uh, variants of the character. I'm surprised they haven't, but maybe this is a sign that finally that character license is available. Maybe. All right, we're going to talk just a few minutes about the new Halloween video game because we've got a little bit of fresh footage that has been shared online in recent days that we haven't taken a look at on here yet. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right, so the countdown is on for Halloween, the video game, and it is coming September of 2026. And we are covering every bit of news that is confirmed as it comes out. And there's going to be some exciting announcements as far as like the talent, the voice talent, doing the voice work, and possibly other people involved in the motion capture. All we know so far for sure is Nick Castle worked to help bring Michael Myers back to life, performing a lot of those iconic movements of the shape, along with an actor and stuntman named TJ Storm, who is also our new shape performer, doing the majority of the motion capture for the Halloween video game. Now, the official Instagram account for the game has been sharing some very cool, um, very just snippets of footage. And this one, I'm actually going to turn the volume up for just a minute. It's very short, but this one is very cool because you can actually hear a little bit of the shape breathing. And we don't have confirmation yet that Nick Castle recorded new breathing for the shape. Maybe he did. Maybe it's pre-existing breathing that he recorded for the recent films. But in any case, check this out for just a second here. Pretty cool, right? Um, and what this post is about, they're talking about how in the game you're going to be able to experience Halloween through the eyes of Michael Myers with immersive first person stalking, and that's a big part of this game. We've talked about it before. We don't know a ton about the game, but what we're learning and what we do know is that you can play as a single player and you can play as multiplayer, and as the single player mode that is actually designed by the developers with the intent to be played first before playing the multiplayer. And because the developers at Ilphonic have explained that they want you to master the first player because it's going to help you become a better Michael Myers for when you're playing multiplayer. And the 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 real goal of the game, apparently, from what we have been told by Ilphonic, is that if you are playing as Michael Myers, then your goal is to find, stalk, and kill as many residents of Haddonfield as you can before Halloween ends. And if you're not playing as Michael, then you're playing as some of these new hero citizens, this is what they're calling them. And it seems that they're going to be original characters. And these hero citizens, their job will be to save as many people as they can. Now, a big part of playing as Michael will be this new shape jump ability that we've talked about. Here is a little snippet of video that was shared on Instagram um, with the caption, "Never turn your back on the shadows." And this is because Michael, again, it's all about sneaking up and stalking. And that this is a great shot. This was actually in the gameplay footage that we saw released a few weeks back. That's a great shot. But here is some more of just the mood and atmosphere and look of the game and how they have recreated Haddonfield virtually in the digital world, and it looks really great here. Of course, with the Myers house, that looks totally on point, and then other areas that look eerily familiar. And these are some of those hero citizens, good neighbors that will watch out for each other. And when Michael returns to Haddonfield, if you're playing as them, you're really going to need some good ones, is what they are saying. But these apparently are the hero characters that you're going to play as. New characters, we're going to learn their names. We're going to learn who voiced them in the coming weeks for sure. And here, again, just showing us some new gameplay that we hadn't seen yet of some of these new hero characters. This is when you're not playing as Michael. And here, this is playing as Michael stalking these helpless residents of Haddonfield. The unsuspecting residents of Haddonfield are blissfully preparing for their Halloween festivities, unaware of the approaching evil. And that's what this clip is teasing. And again, this is the most recent one. I think this is the most recent one, talking about how this asymmetrical experience is going to really be a sandbox that delivers endless combinations, dynamic interactions, and their hope is to capture the tension of John Carpenter's Halloween. And these are some new shots of Michael stalking, just seeing characters in the distance. I mean, I love the look of this, of Michael just being literally kind of over his shoulder in the shadows in the corner of the frames a lot, just like in the original film. And that's more of the new trailer that came out a few weeks back. So you'll play either as the boogeyman or as the hero. I think I know who a lot of you are going to choose right off the bat. The Halloween video game is coming September 8th, 2026. Give me your thoughts on everything we have seen so far about this game. It is looking very good. Very excited. let us know what you think in the comments below. And right here, right now, in the live chat here tonight. All right, guys, I'll be right back with you in 2 minutes. If you have your life play and what we do here at Halloween Daily News is by if you love Halloween, more importantly, if you live Halloween every single day of your life, then you are absolutely in the right place right here on the Halloween Daily News YouTube channel. And the most direct way that you can help out and support what we do here at Halloween Daily News is by becoming a channel member. There's just one tier, it's just $5 a month. You get early access to our exclusive interviews, a lot of our exclusive pre-recorded content. Channel members also get access to exclusive merch discounts and many videos not made available to the public. There's also going to be members only exclusive live events, giveaways, and lots more killer perks you can learn more about in the membership tab. It's basically like Patreon, except here on YouTube. I urge you to consider it. We've got a really awesome, amazing, growing community in there already, and I invite you to become a part of it. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching, and thank you for considering becoming an HDN channel member. All right, here we go. We are back live. It is Monday night, Michael Myers Monday, October 20th, 2025. Once again, I want to thank you all for joining and hanging out today, tonight, making it for another earlier than historically our start time of 10:31. But these earlier start times have been working out well for us here lately, so I appreciate y'all coming out. I see Teen Wolf has checked in, and Darlene, what's up, y'all? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Y'all loving the looks of those figures, running out of room on your collector's shelf. Thanks to all the figures, I know the figures. I mean, I've said it before, like once upon a time when I started my Michael Myers collection of figures, it was like actually conceivable that, I'm going to own every single one. But now it's like not even like, it's like there's no such thing as even owning every single one, because there's always going to be another one, another variant, another chase variant constantly. But I am here for it. Of course, I'm always here for it. Phil likes the early time. All right. I do have two cool new items to show and tell and give my review on this week. So, I got a new piece of Michael Myers merch when I finally made it to Spirit Halloween. I'm so slacking this year. I only just made it to our first Spirit Halloween Hallow Hunt of the year just a few days ago as I'm recording this. But I didn't leave empty-handed. I did pick up one new Michael Myers collectible. Now, it's not a new 2025 piece, actually. In fact, this Spirit was actually missing some of the key new 2025 items. They had the mini horror baby, but they didn't have the big neon sign. They did have the tin pumpkin sign there, but the ones that were there were kind of scuffed up, and I didn't love that for that price. And there was a few other items just new for 2025 stuff that they were lacking. But what they did have was a 2024 released item that I had not picked up last year, and it was on my wish list. And so I went ahead and got it. Sue helped me decide that we needed to add the Michael Myers Side Stepper to our collection. I wasn't positive. I've got a gift card, and it's for $50. This was for $33. When I went online, I saw that it was sold out yet again. It was a sought after item last year. So, again, with Sue's encouragement, we brought the officially licensed Halloween 2 Michael Myers Side Stepper home. First released in 2024, a Spirit Halloween exclusive, part of their Side Stepper series. They've done many. I've actually got a Sam Side Stepper from Spirit right up there. Been wanting to add the Michael. And I will I will show you him in action now. So you can see this is not the official music. So hopefully we don't get any copyright infringement warnings here. But here he is in action. You want to see him again? Of course you do. Here you go. Now, the big question, as always, to unbox or not. Now, he does have this nice, cool box where he is fully on display and operational. So, I don't know. I might keep him on here, but knowing me and you guys know how I usually roll, I probably will end up taking him out. Number one, because of space, shelf space. Also, I kind of want to see him move around unboxed. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, I will do some up close showcase video of this guy, including the packaging, so you can get an even better look. But my impressions of him, again, I had seen him last year. Now getting a good look at him. It is Michael. It is H2. It is Blood Tears Michael. And I talk about it all the time that I kind of like that the more recent H2 Michael merch features the Blood Tears. They're leaning into the Blood Tears, and if it's H2. And I kind of think that's the right decision because none of the other movies did that. You know, it's just such an iconic moment from that particular Halloween movie, and no other movie can claim it. So it's kind of like if you see those blood tears instantly, that's H2, that's Dick Warlock, that's Michael Myers. So I like it for that. Michael looks good. The hand gestures and the way he's moving and everything, it's just kind of funny, I guess, like he's kind of lurching, but that's the way they all do. The music, obviously, it'd be better if it was the actual music. I wouldn't be able to play that here tonight for you guys, though, if that were the case. But for what it's got, it accomplishes its purposes. He's wearing his iconic coveralls. I could pop that collar up a little bit more accurately, I think, if I choose to. He does not have any bullet holes, so it's not bullet hole accurate. Now this one, his knife's sporting a little curve there, but yeah, we can fix that easily enough. So $33, and there were two of them on the shelf, And when one of them, when I pressed the button, he wasn't doing anything. So, and then I saw he was also sold out at spirithalloween.com. Now, if that changes, then I will add an affiliate link to spirithalloween.com where you can order this if he does come back in stock. Or we'll say when he comes back in stock. But I'm very happy to own this guy now. I'm obsessed with Michael Myers figures of all kinds. Now, Spirit, what we need next year in 2026, we want the Michael Myers blow mold. You did Sam and Ghostface in 2024. They're awesome. Give us Michael in blow mold form. That's what we need next. And I got $15 left on my gift card now to spend or put towards something else. So give me some suggestions. What should I get next from Spirit Halloween? And what has been your favorite Michael Myers collectible released in 2025? This, again, not released in 2025. But still, give me your thoughts on the Michael Myers H2 Sidestepper, available exclusively from Spirit Halloween. And now, though, this other item that I scored over the weekend is a new 2025 collectible. And you might have caught a glimpse of it over here. But over the weekend, we took a little drive about 2 hours up to Chesapeake, Virginia, where we went to see Trick or Treat, one of our all-time favorite Halloween films, one of my all-time favorite movies, period. It is a masterpiece, a modern masterpiece. Michael Dougherty's Trick or Treat. And I watch it every single year since it came out. I'd never seen it on the big screen. And then Fathom Events invited us to choose a theater, and they would comp us some passes. So of course I took them up on the offer. We went up to Chesapeake and saw Trick or Treat on the big screen for the first time, and it was amazing. It was an awesome experience. The whole family went, and we saw it at a Cinemark theater, and this was on October 16th. And I kind of knew that going to a Cinemark theater, there was a good chance that I might see that Michael Myers popcorn bucket. And I knew it was priced at $30. And, you know, times are hard and the budgets are hard. And, you know, not only would I be tempted to buy it, I'd be tempted to stay over a night and go to Cinemark the next night to see Halloween 2. But we couldn't do that because we were going to Nightmare Weekend. Again, invited to be there, and we only had one night that we could go there, which was Friday, October 17th. So we go to the Cinemark, and sure enough, it was there. And sure enough, we had to get it. I was on the fence. It's priced at $30. But Sue, once again, said, nope, you need to own it. And then I said, well, are we going to at least get our popcorn for tonight included with that $30? You know, because just regular popcorn in a non-collectible bucket is almost $10 for a large popcorn nowadays. Anyway, it's ridiculous as it is. Whatever, that's another get off my lawn for another day. But she asked, and yes, they gave us the bucket and the large popcorn, all for $30. So that at least made it gave us a little more victory, me a little more feeling of victory there. So now getting this guy home, I'm so happy that we haven't. I mean, he is going to look so cool just sitting on the shelf. Wherever we're sitting, he was sitting over here tonight. I know the HDN logo is kind of covering him up, but he is awesome. A Michael Myers popcorn bucket. Again, another first. Has there ever been another one? I don't think so. This is it. And again, officially licensed from H2. with the blood tears. We were just talking about the iconic blood tears that instantly scream H2 now. Um, Excellent that they included the needle wound in the neck of the mask. Great detail. The flesh coloring at the front of the mask. Incredible detail there. You know, the hair looks pretty good. I think the mask sculpt looks really good. The eyes got two little white dots in there, I guess to give just a little dot, little glimmer of humanity within the blackest of eyes. And very very lightweight plastic, almost like a blow mold. I guess it is kind of a blow mold. And then yeah, you got this little kind of flat part of the head here to open, and you can see I'm such a dork. I printed our trick or treat tickets, and of course, even though they're digital tickets and were printed and comped, I'm still gotta save that forever. and and my receipt from Cinemark for the popcorn bucket and the popcorn that night. So there we go. It sold out within how quick? Minutes when they went online at Cinemark.com, and I couldn't believe it. They had like maybe 4 or 5 of these in stock when we went on the 16th in Chesapeake, Virginia. So yeah, I am very glad with this purchase. Again, I was on the fence about it at first, but I'm now I'm like, what was I thinking? Of course we have to have this. It's so cool, and the fact again, I love me some H2. I love me some blood tears, Michael. So all day long. Now, you guys give me your thoughts on the first ever Michael Myers popcorn bucket. And popcorn buckets, it's crazy. It's been all the rage here in the last couple of years. Just doing all kinds. Cinemark this year they did this one. They did Chucky and Pennywise. They've done tons of other ones, and other chains do different ones as well. None as cool as this one though. This is the coolest one so far. Um, but the only other thing, meaning my family and I mean, we've collected popcorn buckets just from our local theater forever. Just bringing home, they were just regular buckets, but they had the movie's artwork on it, and we've got a collection of those. We've got tons of those around our house and in our garage and all over the place. Some of the just everything from Star Wars to Marvel to all kinds of different um, franchises, but nothing from Halloween in that department, at least not that I've ever seen. The closest we got at our local theater was actually for Halloween Ends. They did have these really cool collectible cups, and I was very happy to go ahead and pay the extra whatever it was to own the officially licensed Halloween Ends collectible cup from our local theater in RC Theaters Theater, very small chain, but was stoked to get that. Now, some of you guys might have gotten a much better HN's bucket from your theater, but that's what we had at ours. All right. Hell yes. Fall Guy has donated $5. Thank you so much to the Popcorn Bucket Fund. I love it. Yes, sir. Much appreciated. Everybody cheers. Fall Guy. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love. Ben Brown's checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Good seeing you up in Nightmare Weekend in Richmond. Yeah, I am real happy with that popcorn bucket. Um, and the fact that it's just a it's just such a cool thing, such a limited thing, such a once in a lifetime thing. Now you're gonna ask, did we end up going to see Halloween 2 the next night? No, we did. Like I said, we were already really booked and planned to be at Nightmare Week in Richmond. That's where we saw Ben Brown that night. That's where we saw Amelie McLean, and she gave us an awesome exclusive interview. We caught up with Samantha Scafidi and Quinn Lord from Trick or Treat. So it was really a Trick or Treat double feature in that sense. We saw the movie and then went and saw Quinn the very next day. So no, I didn't go see Halloween 2 in the theater, but it did get me thinking about, well, when it did I ever see Halloween 2 in the theater on the big screen, and not really in a theater in a big screen, but the one screening that I have seen Halloween 2 on, the biggest screen that I've seen it was in a very small intimate screening 10 years ago, back in 2015. And it was in Williamsburg, Virginia, actually, at a Williamsburg Film Festival. And it actually had a very distinguished special guest in attendance named Dick Warlock and his wife Kat. And it was just this amazing experience of watching Halloween 2 with a live commentary by Dick Warlock, meaning that they would play the movie, and if he had something to say, they would literally pause it, and he would say what he wanted to say about that scene, and then he'd sit down and they'd unpause it, and then after it was over, he did a Q&A, and it was amazing. And there probably was maybe 20 people in that room at most. It was a very small room, not like a big theater at all, just a very kind of small meeting room at a hotel. And it was like projected on to the screen and everything, but it wasn't like a movie screen by any means, but it was the biggest screen I've seen it on. But to be there with Dick Warlock, getting the live commentary, that was my experience of seeing H2 on the big screen. Definitely a cool screening of that. So give me your thoughts on all things pumpkin popcorn buckets. Popcorn buckets. Do you love them? How many do you have? Do you have the Michael popcorn bucket? Are you going to get it now? Are you on the hunt for it, maybe? Let me know. All right, now, so with all that said, and both of those items being such a celebration of Halloween 2, and again talking about the screening and thinking about the great Dick Warlock and that meeting of him. That's when we first met him, and then later that year, that's when he gave me my first exclusive interview with him that he's given me, and he's given me a few over the years. What I'm going to do right now, in honor of all that, is we're going to take a minute and flash back 4.5 years now, back to March of 2021 for my exclusive interview with the legendary Dick Warlock. And this is a clip. This is probably about 9 minutes long. This is going to be Mr. Warlock talking a bit about playing the Shape in Halloween 2. And bear in mind, this is, like I said, recorded March 2021. So this was one of the very first Zoom format video interviews that we had ever done here on Halloween Daily News, meaning that I had ever done. So it was still very new to me to be doing an interview while also being on camera and all of that. But of course, one of the first people I thought of when we started doing these video interviews is, of course, the great Dick Warlock. So check out this clip, this flashback clip to my 2021 conversation with Dick Warlock. In this clip, he's going to be talking specifically about working on Halloween 2, and I'll still be right here lurking in the live chat, and then we'll come back for some more treats and tricks. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, check it out. Dick Warlock. Stunt coordinator, how much of the kills was already scripted as opposed to how, as stunt coordinator, I've wondered how much of the kills was already scripted as opposed to how much were you involved in kind of directing how they were going to be done? Like, did they have in the script a syringe in the eyeball and the face boiled off and all that?
It was all on paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was all
someday
predetermined.
I'm gonna put my script on eBay or something,
Yeah.
Got all kinds of scribbles in it and stuff.
So that was all
yeah, it was all, and we talked a little about it, and he said, this is what we're going to do. And so I just kind of fell into it and did it the way I wanted to do it. I mean, I didn't change anything really.
Yeah.
Dr. Mixter was sitting with his back to her. She turns him around. When she turns him around, she backs into the light, which exposes me. So it was simple. It was really, we didn't do like Jason does. Jason tears things up and, he rips people apart. And there wasn't any of that stuff. There was very little violence, really. It was very subdued, the whole thing, I thought. When I see it now, I say, well, it's like an old TV show. There's really not much to it.
Very much so. You're right. Yeah. A lot left to the imagination, especially compared to the way the films are nowadays.
Yes, exactly.
What was the hardest part of that film? Was it the fire walk at the end?
No. Making sure that I didn't run over Jack Verbois, who was Bennett Tremor.
Okay.
The way we rigged that, and I had to depend a lot on Jack, and he's a heck of a stunt guy, so I counted on him. I put on the front of the police car, I put a platform, just being the front, the windshield's here.
Mm-hmm.
He had to kind of walk backwards in it, just to feel it, that he turns and steps on the platform as the car comes under him, which then thrusts him. He just thrusts himself over the hood. We couldn't do that very fast, because if I'd have missed, I'd have creamed him. If it had been off and he'd have stepped down where the platform ended, and it threw him hard telling. So if you notice in that movie, the lights are really going doo, 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 doo. That's because they undercranked the film a little bit, and they sped it up. They shot it at 24 frames, 20, 22 or 23 frames, and then shot it at, you see it at 24.
Okay.
And that just makes it go faster. We did that a lot in Herbie, all those Herbie movies with the racing thing. Because that little Volkswagen, even though it had a Porsche motor in it, couldn't keep up with those race cars. Those race cars had to kind of hang back, just like in a horse race, when the one horse is supposed to win, the other guys are looking up really low.
Right.
Oh God, I could outrun this nag. I don't know what. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't want to run over Jack.
Yeah.
So they slowed it down, and that's the way it came out. That's just part of the trick stuff, the trick photography that films are noted for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was the most difficult. Can you tell me a little bit about that firewalk? That's one of the most memorable scenes.
I got my arms singed here, nothing serious. The first time, because we did it twice.
Okay.
We had to do it twice. They rebuilt the set. The first time we came through, how it was constructed, it was the doorway. It had fans. When I say fans, they're about that thick, and they're two pieces of metal put together to form, when they fire, they have the propane attached to them. It comes out in a fan shape. That's what filled the doorway.
Okay.
I'm behind that. They get everything ready. I got the suit on. They put the the stuff that we use for burning. I won't go into what it is. And they light me. I mean, they light the fire first with the fans. They light me. Then basically, if there's not enough, when I go through it, there's a lot of fire that does get on me everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, because it was an enclosed top, we shot that on a sound stage. Normally, you're either in a building that's outside and fireproofed, but we did that on a sound stage, and the fire went up and went right out towards the cameras, which is really hairy. It looks great, I think. At that time, it was one of the hottest burns because of the enclosed heat and all that anyone had done.
Do you have a favorite scene from Halloween 2?
I always kind of tease people when I say the hot tub scene. And then I'm quick to say, but not for the reason you think, because I didn't see her from the front until the movie came out. They were all, I thought, I see some of the stuff they're doing now, and the stuff I did was, I hated the one that.
Oh yeah,
hate that. God. And some of the walks, I thought, why didn't somebody say, can you kind of speed it up a little bit? I mean, yeah, I like the idea of him being more robotic.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Nick got up off the floor,
mm-hmm.
it was mechanical. And that's why I did it the way I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And because I tried to follow some lead from the guy who did it before me.
Yeah.
Unlike George P. I don't care what the hell you guys did.
So you did try to.
A while, but
So you did try to follow Nick's performance, specifically as kind of he left it in that finale, that climactic scene after the closet where
the thing when he does this.
Mm-hmm.
I stole that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was what the character did. Not that I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to follow his lead.
Yeah.
The only place I didn't, I don't think, is the walking. Although in a lot of scenes he didn't walk any faster really than I did.
Right.
But and actually there wasn't that much walking in number one.
Mm-hmm. That's true, yeah.
I did a lot of hallway walking and sneaking and
I think Michael is probably in part one the least of all the Halloween films, Michael himself. With each consecutive film, they kind of showed more and more of what Michael was up to. But that first one, he's in very, very few, until those last few minutes, really. It's really quick, minimal shots of him. And like you said, it was a collaboration, of course, in the 78 film between.
And it's still my favorite
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's like Jaws. It's the first one. It was 50 minutes or more before you saw the shark,
Mm-hmm.
because John Williams had boom, 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 boom. That was the shark until you actually saw it. And that was the suspense for me.
Oh yeah. If you haven't already, check out that full interview again. It's been 4.5 years. It's time to ask Mr. Warlock to come back on, I think, and just have another conversation. I can listen to him tell these stories forever, and he's got so many of them. And even if I've heard him tell them already, I can listen to him tell them a million more times because it's great. Like Teen Wolf said, I mean, just seeing him in a flashback video is awesome. So yeah, some really cool memories there going back to H2. I am going to play one more. This is a very quick, just a few seconds clip from that same interview. Since, again, we're talking about Halloween 4 and also celebrating Halloween 4 earlier tonight with that Fright Rags release. This is Dick Warlock talking about why he didn't play Michael Myers in Halloween 4. Check it out.
Lerner them about bringing me in to do Myers. Mustafa, Fred Lerner spoke to them about bringing me in to do Myers. Mustafa got word of it. He said, "Oh, no, I want Jason." Then Morga played Myers quite a bit in that one. He played Jason in 5 for me. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't do 4 because of Mustafa. He didn't. So it got bigger from then on. The character he grew.
Yeah, some of you talking, Dick Warlock talking about how robotic he was, and you guys are saying that's part of what you like. Um, yeah, I said that I feel like most of the times when we see the guys cosplaying as Michael, whatever version of Michael, at the conventions and so forth, the walk they're doing and really imitating really is Dick Warlock's walk more than anybody's, I think. And Ben, you said that yourself that his walk is what you look to most to model when you do your cosplays. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I think his walk, and as he talks about in that clip, as we all know, Nick Castle is the Shape. He's the original Shape. He's credited in the film in the credits as the Shape. But we also know that 5 different people portrayed the Shape throughout that film, including Deborah Hill's hands in there. So, um, it was a team effort there. Whereas in the sequel, it's all Dick Warlock, every scene, and not only that, he choreographed all those kills. So it's literally like he is Michael Myers coming up with these kills in that movie. So yeah, he's the man. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you haven't watched the full interview, check it out in the interviews playlist. You got to go all the way back to 2021. It's one of the earliest ones, but it's time to update and get ask Mr. Warlock back on here. Yes, he is a legend, absolutely. Not just a horror legend or a Haddonfield legend, just a Hollywood legend. Absolutely. Yeah, Team Wolf says the only ones that obviously broke off from mimicking Dick was George and A. Michael Lerner in H6. Yeah. when Michael was yeah, ramming into everyone like a T-Rex. That's great. Chad likes part 2 because it's the darkest Halloween. Yeah, I love me some part 2. I mean, as the sequels go, part 2 and part 3 are just the top of the line for me personally. I love them. All right. We did launch a new poll here just a few minutes ago as we were recording this, related to last week's topic because I neglected to launch the poll last week when I planned to. So, yeah, there's no such thing as late around here, right? Yeah. So we launched a new poll asking your favorite time when a character other than Michael Myers put on Michael's mask, and they only allow us 4 options. You can write in your pick if it's not among the 4, but the 4 options we put up there are Ben Tramer, of course, Spitz from Halloween 5, um, Dr. Sartain from Halloween 2018, or of course no discussion of wearing Michael's mask could ever be complete without Corey Cunningham. So chime in on that in the community tab here on the channel. And now we are going to do a couple Triple M shout outs. And you guys know how this goes. We've been doing this hashtag to celebrate our favorite fictional serial killer and well, make Mondays more killer and suck less, honestly. Since 2013, we started HDN in 2012. A year later, we launched Michael Myers Monday hashtag, and it's taken on a life of its own. So now every week we pull some of our best ones that we see, and it's not even some of the best. I shouldn't say that. It's just some random ones that I pull and see throughout the day and that jump out for whatever reason. So we're going to jump over and look at them right now, starting with good old Twitter, or the site formerly known as Twitter. Um, this is posted by Christy at Center Queen 7. Says, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Michael Myers Monday. I hope everyone's day has been a nice one so far. Mine's been all right. So, as you can see, it's the start of a new week, which means it's time to go out and kick it in the ass. Anyways, have an absolutely phenomenal one, y'all. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Michael Myers Monday can mean whatever you need it to mean. And sometimes it means attacking the week, attacking Monday the way Michael attacks. Another one from X. This was posted today by X giggle.x at ladyred23 underscore. Says, good morning, horror lovers. Today is the day that must not be named, but we've got this. Stay productive, stay positive, be kind, and as always, keep it spooky. And Michael rising to the occasion in the background. You gotta love that. Again, the hashtag takes on its own meaning over the years as people, have taken it to mean Monday is attacking you the way Michael attacks, or sometimes you're taking on Monday the way Michael attacks. Let's jump over to the tick of the talk, and this was posted by Ultima Crow here. Michael Myers Monday. Check it out. Michael getting down in the department store. Tis the season. Another one from TikTok. This is posted by Nurse Ratchet's Horror, and I just love this. Again, making Michael Myers Monday whatever it needs to be for you. And this is just brilliant, with Michael stalking Lori being Monday stalking me in this meme. Here's another one. Now this is posted by the Shape 774 on TikTok. They use the hashtag Myers Monday. A lot of people use that one. It's actually Michael Myers Monday, if you want to be exact, and really get our attention. But this was a good TikTok nonetheless. Good looking mask, too. One more from TikTok. We got a lot of these shout outs. Yeah, if you thought it was weird seeing Michael get down as a sidestepper, watch this. Posted by Louisiana Michael Myers 1. Why aren't they playing? There they go. This Michael gets down. Louisiana Michael Myers Manic Mondays. I don't know. That might be scarier than how Michael normally appears, actually. That's pretty scary. But this time of year is the only thing that makes me feel like dancing like that. So, and again. All right. Jumping over to the sky that is blue. Blue sky posted by Shanna Banana at SD Moon Wishes. This was actually posted last week. Great shot from, again, wouldn't you know it, Halloween 4, speaking of. And now we got a couple really good ones shared on Instagram this week. This one from Michael Myers _evil says happy Michael Myers Monday, everyone. Appreciate that. Another one from Instagram here today, posted by Allison FX. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Genuinely obsessed with this pumpkin ice cream from Trader Joe's. Figured Michael would be too so had to do a quick little photo with it. Yeah. And that's an awesome t-shirt too they've got there. I like that t-shirt. All right, another one from Instagram posted by Two Action Toys. This is a Michael Myers action figure photo. Really well done. The caption says Michael Myers, it's Halloween, everyone's entitled to one good scare. Another one from Instagram today, shared by Canadian Myers, and I'm not gonna play the audio. Well, I'll play like 2 seconds of it so you can see. You'll hear what he's playing. Yeah, it's Michael Canadian Myers here jamming out, playing some Don't Fear the Reaper. It's badass. Posted by our friend and yours, Great Dig, of course, Dig Ferrick, talking about his art project that he's been doing all month. That there were 5 pieces inspired by his 5 kills in Rob Zombie's Halloween, a 6th piece that is all kills in one, a 7th piece that is something he feels Myers would have made on some downtime, and 8, it's the one he wants to go home shirt he made in the videos posted early with the art. So this is some of that art right there. And of course, tagging Michael Myers Monday for the occasion. And last but not least, one more from the gram, posted by Tyler Main, this classic scene from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Tyler says, one of my favorite moments and one of the most quoted. What do you think Michael is thinking? Can they be friends? Happy Michael Myers Monday, only 11 days to Halloween. Stay safe. Yes. That's coming from Michael Myers. So, Tyler made. So, stay safe, people. All right. Follow us on all the socials. Tag us when you post your Michael Myers, well, any Michael Myers related content, but definitely your Michael Myers Monday posts. And you never know, you might get reposted or get a shout out here on the live show. Yes, he is a giant. All right. All right, keep the conversation going, guys, here in the live chat. And if you're watching this on a replay, in the comments below, I want to hear from you on everything we've talked about. If you haven't chimed in yet, and to everybody hanging out here tonight in the live chat, thank you for joining us for another Michael Myers Monday. We are now just days away from Halloween week, guys. It is unbelievable that it is late October here, but you know, the party don't stop just because it's October 31st. But nonetheless, it is the most hallowed of days and the biggest celebration and the only holiday that matters. And you guys know this. So next Monday, the plan is to be here. It's our last Monday before Halloween. Don't know yet exactly what we're going to be doing. If there's some big news regarding the video game or anything else, obviously that'll be our headline. Otherwise, I've got some cool topics that we might get into, including very possibly what I've been teasing for a while, our discussion on Michael Myers songs, and both songs about Michael Myers and songs that give Michael Myers a shout out but aren't necessarily about the shape. We'll talk about both. Um, and give me your ideas on future topics as well, especially during the off season when there won't be quite as much news, but we still want to be gathering here on a regular basis, at least a somewhat regular basis. But definitely planning to be here next Monday. Like I said, tons of cool stuff coming here to the channel, more unboxings. I hope you're checking it out and enjoying our inflatable and animatronics and blow mold unboxings. So much cool stuff. We've got exclusive panels and coverage from our own Halloween Film Festival coming your way. We've got exclusive footage and that interview with Amelie McLean from Nightmare Weekend. That's all coming this week. And then I've got some killer interviews and other stuff lined up for next week leading into Halloween itself. So you're not going to miss any of that. Of course, channel members, like I've been saying, they get to see the interviews and so much of that other stuff days before anybody else. So think about becoming a channel member. It's just $5 a month. Tons of other perks. And thank you all for your support, being a subscriber. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for your super chats. And thank you for just hanging out and dropping a comment, lighting a pumpkin in the live chat, whatever it may be. It all helps with the algorithms, and we appreciate it. We love you guys. And it is our time. So happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Happy October. It's our time now. Enjoy it. I will see you guys next week. And, well, I say that next Monday for sure. You'll see me before then on some other videos here coming up. And think about this, too. Save the date tentatively. I was talking to Sue earlier tonight about possibly doing a Halloween Eve live stream, maybe a countdown to midnight, like we've done here in the past when it landed on Michael Myers Monday. And I think that might be something kind of fun to do. I was toying with the idea of doing something for Halloween Eve anyway, but maybe a live stream countdown, kind of like they do for New Year's Eve. But this is, of course, our New Year's Eve, if anything. And we would use the opportunity to take a look back at some of the biggest stories that we've covered and interviews that we've done here at HDN in since last Halloween. So give me your thoughts on what you think about that idea. If you think you'd want to hang out for a live stream late, that would be a late night one, because we literally want to count down to like midnight. So that'd be going back to like the late night slot. So give me your thoughts on that. If you'd want to hang out for something like that, that'd be on Thursday, October 30th, Halloween Eve night countdown to Halloween. So give me your thoughts on that as well. All right, guys. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for watching. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. You guys rock. You're the best. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Good night, Haddonfield.